NRM North's Small Farm Living program supports smallholders in northern Tasmania to make the most of their patch whilst looking after the environment, native habitat and biodiversity. Many smallholders aspire to grow food for their families and neighbours, and maybe to supply a local farmers market or restaurant with high quality, sustainably grown local produce. NRM North partnered with Sprout Tasmania to put on a workshop entitled Extending the Growing Season, which included demonstrating simple, movable polytunnel structures. Tony Shearer, president of Sprout Tasmania, showed examples of greenhouse and polytunnel setups from around the world and shared some of his vast experience of growing vegetables in cold climates. He also discussed crop selection and timing in order to maximise the growing season in Tasmania.
So you've got things that you produce during the year that you can save up, such as garlic and potatoes and onions and shallots and things like that. And then you make sure you plant things early enough so that they're producing during the winter. Those would be a lot of the brassicas, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. And then using polytunnels like the one behind us to produce things that will not grow in Tasmania during the winter. So those would be, these are not heated structures, so you're not growing tomatoes or things during the winter. You're just growing things like salad radish, lettuce, things that are a little more tender that get affected by the elements, especially too much rain, a lot of wind, and this provides a habitat for them that allows you to grow them throughout the winter. And you really, what you do is you broaden your diet. Okay, we'll put this one with the right side down. See this? Go eat lunch and you can come back and sleep in here. Or you can have lunch in here. Our 2-meter polytunnel, very simple to construct. It's basically made out of PVC pipe. You can use things like steel or other types of electrical conduit. And all you do is you drive a stake in the ground. This is rebar, but you can use 1-inch steel pipe. Drive it in the ground at either side, and then slide the tubing over it. Now this one is for a 1-meter polytunnel that would go over a 1-meter bed, obviously. But then you could just put the plastic, or I'll show you in a minute, the bird netting, or whatever you need to put on to solve the problem that you've currently got. Whether it's birds eating your strawberries, then you'd put bird netting. Whether you need to, create more heat within the structure, then you put plastic on. There is some wind cloth as well that will stop the wind. So there's a lot of different things you can do. They're very flexible structures. They're cheap to build, and they're very, very easy to construct. On a day like today here in Lilydale, it's probably 25 under here. But if you get a day like this in the winter when it's 10, it's going to be 20 degrees in here. So plants do very, very well. You can just erect this, plant underneath it. You seal the plastic off on one side with soil or timber or something just to hold it down. On the other side, you have it so you can lift it up and get in and work. But yeah, it's very warm under there even now. So again, they're flexible, they're very easy to build, and well worth the effort. You can make them as long as you want. This one is about 7 or 8 meters. You put the struts about 1.5 meters apart, and that'll hold the plastic up, or the bird netting. The bird netting is this material. So if you're just trying to keep out critters, rabbits or birds from a crop, you would not have the plastic on. You just pull the bird netting over the tunnel, and it keeps the birds out. We use it for a lot of different things like that.